Hello, my friends. Today I want to share a story about Sky Falling Woman. This story I heard from the book Braiding Sweetgrass by Dr. Robin Wall Kimmerer. 10 out of 10, recommend. Listening to the book on Audible, she speaks, her words are like poetry and prayer. It's just simply beautiful. So she shares the story because she's Native American. She shares the story of the Native American sky falling woman. And this is kind of their origin story. So there was this woman falling in the sky, long black hair flowing up, and she held in her hands a sacred bundle. And as she was falling, the birds and animals started noticing that she was gonna fall in the water, because at this time the planet was just water. And so the swans and geese went up to hold her and help slow her descent down to the water. And then a sea turtle came up and allowed her to sit on the sea turtle's back. And all of these animals and birds are coming and just, oh, what are you? You know, tell us about, what are you? What is happening? And she shared that in her sacred bundle, she had seeds of all living plants and herbs and food and medicine, and that she needed a place to plant them. And the fish and the otters and the ducks and the beavers and all of them were like, you know, we've heard of this myth of deep down at the very bottom of the water is this mud-like substance. Maybe we could go down and get it, and it could be what you could plant your seeds in. And so fish after thing tries to go down. Some of them don't come back up. And sea otter is one of the last ones to, I'll give it a shot. And sea otter dives down and is gone for a really long time. And when they see sea otter, they dive down to help bring sea otter back. And sea otter has not made it. But in his palm, gripped tightly, is enough dirt that a sky falling woman can pat and dance and sing and pray and weep her gratitude on the sea turtle. And that's how we got Turtle Island and became this planet, with working in harmony with our land, with our planet. And when I first heard this story, I paused the book and I just wept. I just wept because of the sadness of the, you know, not only myself and my girls, but my mom and my grandmothers and my great-grandmothers, that we were taught the story of Eve and the original sin, and that we've been banished and we have to toil and strive to earn our worth. And so we've spent our whole lives struggling, when this beautiful other story is like, life is a gift and it is given to you to get to work with. And in her womb, she was carrying, I believe, twins. But I don't quote. If you know the truth, comment. So the story was so interesting, and it came up the other day because just talking about this ancestral lineage that we all carry in our blood and bones. We have the stories of our ancestors imprinted in our DNA. And the cool thing is that we have advanced so much in civilization and technology that that story doesn't have to be ours anymore. We can rewrite a new story. And before you cry sacrilege, just remember that we were created by a creator to create. And what better thing to create than a better reality, a better story, a story that serves everyone, that is this sacred reciprocity, that giving becomes receiving, because when I give to you, I am giving to me, because we realize we are all one. We all live on the same planet. We all drink the same water, breathe the same air, live under the same sun. And I shared this in my last prayer because this, I feel like, is such a key, important reminder. One of the things in oh shoot, now I can't remember if it's Braiding Sweetgrass or the 13 Original Clan Mothers, which again is about the Native American first mothers and what they brought to earth and taught the humankind. One of them, though, talks about how the reason to ceremony The reason we ceremony is to remember to remember. And to me, this remembering is remember who you are. Remember where you come from. Earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, fire, my spirit. I am a part of this earth. I cannot separate myself from this earth. Like I can't take my liver out and be like, let's work on the liver, right? I'm going to use this analogy often because nature is such a really powerful reminder of how we work. And nature works in seasons and cycles, and there are times of rest. There's times of introspection. There's times of growth. There's times of expansion. There's times of transformation and regrowth, new growth. Alchemy is huge, right? And one of the things I was reading in Gene Keys this last week was that in Gene Keys, the concept is that our shadow is the seed. Our shadow is the seed from which our gift sprouts. So the shadow isn't bad. We've been taught so, like, inherently in the spiritual community, it's just driving me crazy that our shadows are bad and we gotta fix them all. We gotta catch them all. We gotta fix them all. We gotta shine a light on them. Like, no. Listen, it's a part of life. It's all polarity. Like right now, if the sun was, shining and there was no shadow, there'd be no depth. We'd be blinded. It's too much light. We need the depth, the contrast to remind us the balance of polarities. And so is like just seeking only light, spiritual bypassing, right? I'm only going to look at the light. Like that's like too blind, right? You go in the depths of the shadow and it's too dark, right? There's this balance. But in the Gene Keys, Richard Rudd talks about the shadow is the seed from which the gift sprouts. And then from there, the fruit ripens. And that's the city, that's the highest frequencies, the highest essence, the greatest gift that you can bring to the world is your fruit, the fruit of your labors. But I don't even like labors, and I'm really wondering what that word actually really translates to. And what really caught me off guard was, does the tree taste its own fruit? The tree never tastes its own fruit, it's for others. It is for others. It is in that giving that it receives. I am giving of my gifts and I receive joy that I get to be of service. I receive. And like the lilies of the field, they toil not, right? Like everything in nature is provided for. And I would invite you to take a moment and just look back over your life. Where have you really not been okay? You're alive still. And listen, we've all been through hell, and not to diminish it at all, but it is from that hell, that dark shadow place that the gift emerges. If you can sit with it and not judge it as wrong or bad or originally sinful, inherently sinful, just it is what is part of you. And within that shadow, within that seed, buried underground, in a hard exterior, darkness, damp, moist, right? And then it feels like it's dying because the shell comes off, and this thing that has kept it safe and warm from all that darkness is now exposed, and it starts to expand and grow, and it has to grow out, and it has to grow up and down, and it just feels like it just is like, this is expansion, this is growth, this is learning from the shadow parts of you, loving the shadow parts of you, accepting and embracing that you are a gift to work with this beautiful experience and grow from it into the gift that you are. And it will emerge naturally, right? You can't go out and pick a rose and try to open it up before it's ready. A rose blooms when she is ready and not a moment too soon. And you, my friend, are this rose. You are just like a rose. You may be a seed still buried. You may still just be this little, soft, tender shoot and vine. You may be all the little prickly pokies. You may be, the bud. We're all in different stages. But one thing I love, Mother Mary says in the Sophia Code is, Don't diminish the thorns of your humanity for the rose of your divinity. A rose is both. You can't have a rose without thorns unless it's genetically modified, and then it's just not natural, right? But like, we are both, and we are wholly human being, that union. Yoga means to yoke, unite, and it's a body, mind, and spirit to become one, and Yeshua said, my burden is easy, my yoke is easy, my burden is light. I don't know. But yoke with me, unite with me. Remember, we are one. Not that I'm out here to save you, but remember, you have these gifts, and even greater gifts will you have. When you remember that we're all connected. You can't be separated from me. Not even through this technology. We are breathing the same air right now. We are that connected. And when we connect and we realize and are aware of this connection, and we start treating this vessel better because it's connected to everything else, and when the health of this is better, the health of everything around it is better. Like, you inherently, it's giving, taking care of you is taking care of we. It's good for everyone. And so when we remember that we are all connected to the same, we all really want the same thing. We want to be loved. We want to be accepted. We want to feel free to create in our unique way, whatever that is. And so today, the prayer is that we remember that we came here to create and to play, have fun with creating that. Rewrite your stories, paint, draw, sing, dance, sculpt, cook, garden, organize, whatever it is that lights you up, that you can nerd out on and lose time for. That is the thing that God wanted to experience as you. Do that thing. Because when you light up, when you do the thing that lights you up, you inherently light up everyone around you. Thank you for shining brighter. Keep shining. Remember that what you do for you, you are doing for all. And that the tree never tastes its own fruit. It just gives because it is so happy to give its beautiful gift, and it being received, right? And the tree's taken care of always, in all the ways. Sometimes it's not fruiting season. It's not harvest season. Sometimes it's hibernation season, like right now. So be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with those around you. Remember that you were created by a creator to create. So go make something. Have fun. Just make something. Invite your inner child out and get messy. Give yourself permission to be messy. You're an adult now. You know how to clean it up. It's cool, man. It's in waste supplies. Waste them. You paid for them. You can. How fucking cool is that? Oh my God, go back and tell your 7, 11, 13-year-old self, listen, look at all this cool stuff we got. What do you want to do? You can be as messy as you want, right? Go ham, have fun, and just see what happens. The weight of the world is really heavy, and our brains were not designed to hold all of the world's everything. And so what we can do is pray, remember who we are, and create more light, create more beauty, create more fun, create more love, create more joy, more hope, create your rage, put your rage down, create more, bitterness, jealousy, shame, fear, guilt. Put it down, let it out. Just let it go. Play, have fun, create, and bless you.